It's been the worst time of my life, Joe. If somebody accused me of raping them or hurting them, I have a 22-year-old daughter. I would never hurt anyone.
Have you ever watched someone you admired face a moment that changes everything? Clifton Powell, a name synonymous with talent and unforgettable performances, now faces the harsh reality of a sentence that leaves no room for appeal. Fans are stunned, the media is buzzing, and his closest friends are struggling to come to terms with it. But what led to this moment, and what it truly means for him, is far more heartbreaking than the headlines suggest. Stay with me, because the full story is both shocking and unforgettable. The rise of Clifton Powell. Clifton Powell's journey to stardom wasn't handed to him. It was earned through grit, talent, and relentless determination. From his early days, he faced challenges that would have stopped many, but Powell turned every obstacle into fuel for his craft. His commanding presence on screen and ability to bring depth to any character made him a standout in Hollywood. Fans remember his iconic roles in films like Ray, Next Friday, and countless others. Yet few knew the personal struggles that shaped him. Behind the fame, Powell balanced the pressures of his career with the realities of life, navigating setbacks that tested his resilience. Each performance reflected not just skill, but a lifetime of experience, emotion, and perseverance. His rise was a testament to dedication, talent, and the drive to make a mark in a world that doesn't always reward the deserving. Yet, as the world celebrated his achievements, few anticipated the turning point that would change everything, leading him down a path no one could have foreseen. Powell's story reminds us that even the brightest stars carry shadows, and the journey to greatness is rarely without sacrifice. The fall and the sentence. Clifton Powell's life, once a shining example of talent meeting opportunity, took a tragic turn that left fans and colleagues stunned. Despite his professional successes and years of captivating audiences, his personal life became a complex web of challenges and missteps that ultimately led to his downfall. Close friends and insiders recall a man of immense charm and talent, someone who could light up any room, yet beneath that charisma lay a private struggle that few could see. The pressures of fame, the demands of the film industry, and personal choices collided in ways that would leave a lasting impact on Powell's life and career. The legal troubles that surrounded him were not sudden. They had been building quietly over the years, like cracks forming in the foundation of a once solid structure. Allegations surfaced, court dates piled up, and the media scrutiny intensified. Each report, each headline, added weight to an already heavy burden. For Powell, it wasn't just about facing the legal consequences, it was the emotional toll, the sense of losing control over a life he had meticulously built. The once revered actor found himself in a position no one imagined, fighting to protect his reputation while confronting the reality that fame could no longer shield him. Finally, the court reached its decision. The sentence handed down was decisive and final, leaving no room for appeal. Fans around the world were shocked. Colleagues who had long admired Powell's dedication and craft struggled to reconcile the public news with the man they knew personally. Social media erupted with both disbelief and sympathy as people reflected on how someone so gifted could face such a devastating moment. For Powell, this sentence was more than a legal ruling. It was a life-altering event, a permanent separation from the freedom and opportunities he had long enjoyed. The emotional impact rippled beyond Powell himself. Family members, who had supported him through thick and thin, felt the weight of judgment and public attention. Friends were left grappling with their own feelings of helplessness, watching someone they cared about face consequences they could not undo. Fans mourned not just the sentence, but the image of a star who had brought joy and entertainment into their lives, now confronted with a harsh reality. Powell's story became a cautionary tale about the fragility of fame, the consequences of choices, and the human vulnerability that lies beneath the spotlight. In reflecting on this chapter of his life, it's clear that talent and charisma, while powerful, cannot protect anyone from the repercussions of their decisions. Clifton Powell's fall serves as a stark reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, real people face real struggles, and sometimes the outcome is heartbreakingly permanent. His sentence may have closed one chapter, but it also left a lasting impression on everyone who admired his work and followed his journey, proving that even legends are not immune to life's harshest lessons. Legacy and farewell. As the reality of Clifton Powell's sentence settled in, reflections on his life, career, and legacy began to take center stage. Fans, colleagues, and the wider entertainment community were grappling with the finality of the news, but amid the sadness, there was also a deep recognition of the mark he had left on Hollywood. Powell's career spanned decades, filled with memorable performances that showcased his remarkable versatility, from intense dramatic roles to lighter comedic turns. Each character he portrayed carried the authenticity of a man who had lived a full, complicated life, and audiences were drawn to the depth and honesty he brought to every role. His work became more than just entertainment. It was a connection, a shared experience that transcended screens and touched hearts. While the sentence marked a definitive and painful turning point, it did not erase the impact of his contributions. Colleagues and directors who had worked closely with Powell spoke of his professionalism, his generosity on set, and the mentorship he provided to younger actors. Stories emerged of moments when Powell's insight and guidance shaped careers, of times when he offered encouragement to struggling artists, and of countless hours dedicated to perfecting his craft. His influence extended beyond the roles he played. He inspired a generation of actors to approach their work with dedication, honesty, and passion. Fans, too, reflected on their personal connections to Powell's work. For some, his performances were a source of comfort during difficult times, a reminder of the human stories that could resonate across cultures and generations. The sadness surrounding his legal troubles did not diminish their appreciation for his artistry. If anything, it intensified the bittersweet awareness that even the brightest stars can face profound struggles. Social media platforms and fan forums were filled with messages of support, tributes to his career, and reflections on the joy he had brought to audiences worldwide. Yet, this chapter is also tinged with sorrow. The knowledge that Powell would no longer move freely in the world he once dominated is a painful reality for those who admired him. Family members expressed their grief quietly, balancing the pride they felt for his accomplishments with the heartbreak of seeing him face consequences that altered his life forever. Friends spoke candidly of the personal side of Powell, the laughter, the vulnerabilities, the moments away from cameras and crowds that made him human. It was a reminder that behind the public persona was a man whose life had been shaped by triumphs and failures, joy and pain, and choices that ultimately carried weight beyond what anyone could have foreseen. In considering his legacy, it becomes clear that Clifton Powell's story is complex and layered. It is a story of talent, achievement, human vulnerability, and the consequences of life's decisions. While the sentence casts a shadow over his present, the memory of his work endures, and the lessons of his journey resonate deeply. Powell's farewell is not just about the end of an era, it is a testament to the enduring power of art, the fragility of fame, and the indelible impact of a life lived fully, though not without hardship. His story serves as both a caution and a tribute, leaving fans with memories of performances that will last a lifetime and a sobering reflection on the realities that even legends must face. Clifton Powell's story is a powerful reminder that behind every public figure is a human being facing challenges and consequences. Though this chapter ends in sadness, his legacy lives on through his unforgettable performances. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth stories about the lives of your favorite stars.